Seems to me we are ready for the grande finale. Maybe some gang signs will be involved. And this Thursday is gonna end with a Saturday night phishing show. We're gonna find out about how threat actors exploit verified advertising services to phish customers. Sounds something like happens in every nightclub all around the globe, coming from somebody with 25 years of nightclub work experience. But Saturday Night Phishing Show by Tormi Tuuling and Jarrad Pemberton. Please.
Hello. Can you hear us well?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So this is more or less an easy talk because it's been a long day and you guys want to take it easy and
you want to drink
beer,
yeah.
Right? So we thought we're just gonna tell you a tiny bit what we saw happening on the phishing landscape. So firstly, about us, I'm Tormi. I work in security operations. I'm a dad of 2 girls. I like to play Magic the Gathering. And of course, I like rocks. Who doesn't like rocks, right?
I prefer roll, honestly. I'm Jarrad. I'm the token American in the security team at Wise. I'm the only one, and I make everyone aware of that, which is why I like guns. I also am a father of a lovely cat. I also play Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm a powerlifter. It's the only reason that I know the metric system.
And he's a power napper.
I'm a power napper, too.
Yeah.
I missed lunch to go take a nap. I'm very jet-lagged.
Firstly, who doesn't know what we do? Wise essentially believes in money without borders. You can use us for any of your transaction purposes account. Use it as a daily account if you want. Last year we moved 105 billion GDP, so that's this number of euros. And we have around 6,000 employees right now. So to really start this talk off, of course, we have to start from the beginning, which starts in Silurian age, when the earliest fishes were created around Baltic continent with this rock. I promised to bring a rock, so I brought a rock. I collected it behind the stage, and this is a lie. We're not going to start in here. So, trust this guy. He's very trustworthy.
Yeah,
let's go.
Weird.
So, we wanted to do a demo with Google Ads phishing.
We worked very hard on it, and it got patched. We found out, about an hour ago that it has been patched. So you guys can't do this now, but luckily we have a backup video.
Yeah, so Google doesn't allow us to abuse the same vector in live any longer. So this is a video of Google Ads and you trying to search Wise. Notice you get your typical results and then your sponsored ads. Look at the URL it's shown. It's wise.com, right? Now, when you click it, notice where you end up.
That's not us.
So,
ouch.
What the fuck? Google, you lied. You said it's Wise. Now, you as a customer who is not tech savvy and does not notice redirections, how are you supposed to detect that? So we asked the same question. What is wrong in here?
So, how did they do it? First off, they created an ad through a legit service. Google Ads was one of the ones that we caught. That's the one that we showed you. They went in, they had an account, they started the ad, and they set up some redirects. They used Firebase dynamic links for this, so it could check if you're a bot, if you're a person, and redirect accordingly. So if Google was scraping it for something malicious, it probably just got sent off somewhere. Those are deprecated, so they'd been getting a little bit fancy with it recently through Cloudflare. But they kind of worked through this redirect chain until finally it ended at an attacker-owned phishing site. And the reason it was sponsored is you can put in redirects for tracking purposes when you submit an ad through Google. They are kind of expecting that it's going to be your tracker that you can get metrics from. But if you just put in a malicious site, they'll still verify if somewhere along that chain is a legitimate site.
And you can target your audience very well. Like you can only target the phishing site, let's say for Estonians in Tallinn, and all the rest get redirected to the original site it is advertising it is. So it's very hard to pick up. And you as a defender are always gonna have a fun times. So how would you detect this?
Well, that's the thing. So we didn't. We did not catch this at first. The reports came from customers that realized what was going on, and we kind of got our asses handed to us by it, honestly. The intelligence around this is kind of evolving at the moment. We haven't seen this talked about a lot, so we haven't seen much knowledge share going on.
That's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Because actually, there's been like Reddit posts about it.
That's true, and Medium articles.
Yes, and then when you talk to Google, Google is like,
That's not real.
what is this? First time hearing? But by our good threat intel service we're offering, we know everything, but not what is used against us.
Exactly.
So a while ago, we also noticed ads about sites advertising malware. So when you try to download the app, you actually get like any desk wrapper. We've heard this is now becoming more of a thing, so more companies are being targeted with any desk wrappers, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, and these even downloaded a profile for the iOS app, which was very interesting. So if on iOS devices in your organization you don't detect new profiles being added,
Have fun.
somebody's getting pwned.
Yeah.
So where do we hit these threat actors when they're doing this? Something I like to look at is the pyramid of pain, invented by David Bianco. And it kind of demonstrates indicators that are easier if we block them for the attacker to just change and then start doing things all over again. So it goes from trivial all the way up to tough, hashes being the easiest, and the actual TTPs being the most challenging for them to deal with. So first off, you mind? Hashes, those are very, very easy to change. The SSL and TLS hashes can very easily be faked, especially the JA3 hash. So maybe, a day later after we take them down or we block that hash,
Yeah,
they're back. It's the same people. Up next, IP addresses and domain names. They can burn and re-register something in 15 minutes on Namecheap and spend €9.
Even less.
Yeah, even less. So domain names, same thing, just new domains, different IPs, different locations for everything, and they're back up and running. Then, once you get to these host and network artifacts, you're noticing things that are a little bit out of place. You're seeing maybe weird endpoints in your API being hit. For example, you might have an open redirect somewhere that you didn't find. This could be something that is a little bit harder if you patch that. Not going to be super easy for them to come in and fix it and redeploy what they're doing. And then the tools. If we can fingerprint these tools that they're using, we know exactly what traffic from one thing looks like. If we pull the source of a phishing page and we start looking for things to fingerprint there, once we change that, they have to change their whole strategy for what they're actually building. And then hardest is the TTPs themselves. So the tactics, techniques, and procedures, specific ways that their tools perform, and these specific tools that they're buying off of the dark web. Usually they spend a couple $100 on them, and they're not usually the most skilled. So if we can actually fingerprint that and block anything related to their techniques and procedures, they're going to have to take a while to get back up and running.
Yeah. So now I want to ask, from the friendly Legolas guy we saw before, let's make him search Wise again. What does he find? Oh, a Revolut ad. Oh, shit. Straight to the fields. Okay, Legolas, what does your L5 see now? Oh, shit. So, what the hell is happening here? What is true Wise? If you didn't know, we went through the rebranding from TransferWise to Wise, and in the process there happened a lot of things. So, question to you. What is correct? from the previous picture? None of those? Anyone else? Well, actually, all of them are correct, which makes our job even more fun.
Yeah.
If you don't know even yourself what your brand is, it's fun.
Yeah, because people were clicking on from the original logo and everything still. So
Well, again,
it's what they recognize, right?
Yeah, luckily we're settled in
Yeah.
with these colors. Like the timetable is showing us our brand colors. We like it. Everyone's copying the same green thingy nowadays. So go through what we have seen.
Yeah, so here's some of the methods that we've seen. And we're going to go from stuff that's kind of bad to the things that keep us awake at night. SMS, fake support calls, and fake support centers. They'll usually get people that are not that tech savvy, but we can kind of detect it. We can get rid of them. Email-based phishing as well, especially if it's on the internal side. We're actually doing pretty good against that. Or people that are being phished. We get a lot of reports from email phishing that they're sending things that just look awful in, which is great for us because we can just immediately send takedowns. Then it gets a little bit worse. Fake videos, they start to get a little bit better, a little more skilled. The investment schemes, we'll touch on those a little bit more when we talk about Christo. Chat GPT generated stuff is all over the place. We'll even find sites that are just filled with Chat GPT generated text now, that they're just filling out like a quick web page and getting it up and running. And the CEO and HR scams. But then the things that keep us up at night, obviously, the fake ads that we've seen on all these platforms, absolutely terrifying. But also, calling back to the last talk, AI-generated videos, these deepfake videos that we have been seeing, anything you can name it, we've seen.
Essentially, this is what we've gone down to. So this is one example of a fake video we've seen that is used against the customers. I'm not going to show the whole video, but yeah, essentially, you can kind of see it's bad.
Yeah, you can see the AI-generated background, but that also could just be a Zoom background, right?
So let's get more to Estonian landscape. So many of you probably have seen in Facebook like crypto offerings. Have you seen? Anyone? Raise hands. Who's seen? Oh, whoa, very good. So those of you who don't know, Kristo is our founder and CEO. He's the Estonian Elon Musk, let's say. If you go and look, like, there's these articles everywhere. And a while ago, it was very annoying. Like, my mom got, like, 3 or 4 in a day. So, a challenge for you. Take your phones, go to any social media, search for Kristo Käärmann, and see, can you spot fakes? Because that Kristo there is fake. That Instagram one there, that is fake. That is not real. Okay. That Legolas is starting to be annoying. It's creepy a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm glad I'm blocking him from some people.
Yeah. So, tell us a bit,
Yeah.
phishing as a service, like what we have seen.
Yeah, so nowadays you can get anything as a service, and that includes phishing. You can go buy it, and it will be done mostly for you by somebody else. We've seen 26 frameworks for this that people can go. They can buy for a reasonably low amount of money, and then turn around and make a bunch off of it. So typo squatting, not really a big thing anymore. People are pretty conscious of that. We do our best to keep that cleared up. Subdomains are more common, like a subdomain takeover or leaving up some DNS records when you take something down. That's what we see a lot more of. And then there's the Telegram bots that are being used to harvest these credentials. Someone can go in, they'll click somewhere on this phishing site, they're directed to Telegram, and it will say, Wise support. Oh, I need your username and password to do XYZ to help you, and then they log in. Cloudflare turnstile is also used, and as you can see here, people can actually change the wording of this a little bit to make it more convincing. And then they kind of have the weak OPSEC. That's where we can kind of get them, because you can just go search online and find it. You can go find forums where people are doing this. You can find the telegrams and everything. So their OPSEC is pretty bad. But it doesn't matter when they're selling to dozens or hundreds of people.
They don't need to be good because they only need to be live for 1 day.
Yeah.
Like
72 hours, they've gotten a few £1,000. Okay,
so
they win.
This is example of turnstile used to look like a phishing for this domain that used this turnstile. Oh, again, this annoying levels.
Yep, here he is.
Okay, so we researched a bit how much the average phishing as a service costs, and we figured it's around 200 to 300. Yeah, more or less.
It's not too bad, is it?
So, and then we researched a bit how much they might be earning. So our rough estimate or rough guess is they might be earning around 2,000 to 4,000 per site. This is very, very rough.
Yeah, the return on investment is immediate and it is large.
So we can see the business model, where it's coming from. So that made us think, obviously, we're in a wrong job. Last year I talked about SMS, how to earn money with that. Now this, like, what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah, you're giving people ideas.
But this is a security conference and a community. We're informing you for you to learn. So obviously, let's talk about the earliest fishes we know. Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I meant the other threat.
No, this isn't a paleontology lesson, okay? We've been over this.
Yeah, I'll stop talking about rocks. It's my thing.
We can do that later.
I'll tell
After party.
I'll talk you later about this one.
But we have the Casablanca threat actor group. What they mostly do is they reuse the same mobile devices as much as they can. Most of them are operating out of Morocco. That's kind of the location for all of this, and using VPNs or exiting on residential proxies. So basically, they are one of the groups is Zone 51. We think that it's like a Moroccan Arabic speaker. That's what we've kind of been able to figure out using and selling these different PHP-based phishing kits. And they've been around for almost half a decade now, since about 2020. And we've noticed that within 24 hours, they can pivot and start doing, like, they can set everything back up again. They learn fast, we figure out what they're doing, and they pivot. These guys have been a thorn in our side for a long time.
They're pretty persistent.
They're pretty good.
In general, we have seen this year a level up in phishing, in a sense that our previous spikes are now a new normality. And when we get new spikes, they're like really big
Huge,
spikes.
yeah.
So in a sense, we got the level up. Yay! Are we big enough? It seems we're now big enough. We have enough customer base that random targeting of any random email works. Yay. So I hope it's the last time I see this guy.
I hope so too, but you're the one that put him on the slides.
I don't know. It's the AI. But there's no more Nigerian printing, right? Like, clearly, they become so sophisticated that no longer this easy stuff, right? Okay, let's read this phishing email for a second. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use Wise. Furthermore, we will confiscate the amount unless you claim it. We will have to donate it to Ukrainian support forces, helping them fighting the oppression of the Russian forces. The donation will happen from European Central Bank.
That's nice of them.
What the fuck? We get paid. I can get paid from European Central Bank? Okay. Well, sadly, some people actually fell for it. So, what can we actually do about phishing? Like, any ideas? What are good methods to prevent phishing? Maybe like using 2FA, right?
Nope.
So we've seen they can steal almost any kind of 2FA, except like YubiKey. So
unless they get physical access, which happened last week.
So there's not much you can do on that part. Okay, so maybe let's throw more heads at the problem. Like hire more people to deal with phishing, to prevent it more.
Could we?
That's not that simple, because like, finding good security people is hard. Not many people want to work in the field, unless it's one of you who wants to work. And there's a bit more problems around that, because hiring won't solve the problem. You're just postponing the problem. So we need to be a bit more wise about it, and I know the pun is
Nice.
intentional. So yeah. So
This is getting old.
yeah, AI is not going to solve this problem. What we care about are the two metrics: time to validate and time to take down. So these are the two time constraints that are in our control. We cannot really control how fast hosting providers react, but we can control how fast we validate a potential phishing site and report it. So, and that process cannot be solved by humans, really. You need to automate it. That's only scalable way to do that. So how would you go at it? Is firstly, let's collect the data.
Yeah, we'll work smarter, not harder.
So these are some samples where you can gather phishing sites. If you don't use them. Certificate transparency is a very good place. Most of you have heard about it probably. Then you can obviously gather your own customer base reports. Don't be stupid about it. It's free information. Take it. And then there's a new thing called ad transparency. If you didn't know about it, almost every ad provider has an ad transparency page where you can search any ad they're offering and see what it's targeting and who bought the ad. It's for political reasons, but it's very effective against phishing as well. The former video you saw about the phishing in Google, funny thing, that ad was actually bought by using Wise account. And of course, your own logs. They tend to just copy the page, so they still use your own images.
Our own colors that we use.
Yeah. And then once you've gathered your sources, you can run automations against it. Like, for example, check if the potential site has your brand colors, and it's most likely a phishing unless it's a very similar looking site. But
we'll learn as much about them as we can.
Yeah, but how?
Well, I think we have a plan.
What's your plan? How would you learn more about them?
We'll beat them at their own game.
You mean this?
Exactly.
So we can play the phishing game too, so we can phish them back. Essentially, we learned a very effective way is to phish them, give them credentials to use, and let them validate them, and then gather all sorts of metadata about them. And because they don't change the devices that often, let them burn them out. Okay. Jeopardy time. What are canaries?
An island chain, right?
Birds who will die for you. Very good birds. Yes. Obviously, me as a geologist will answer you, it's an island chain. Okay. What are IOKs? Have you seen or heard about this term? Jarrad.
Okay, so an IOK.
Talk about it.
is an indicator of a kit, a phishing kit that someone has purchased and spun up that uses a framework that we can fingerprint. So once we have the data from a site, we can analyze the kit and find different indicators from it. A lot of these people are very vain, so somewhere in the source code, you'll just find what they call themselves. You know, maybe the comments are in their native language. You can figure out where they live. Then you'll also find things like they tell you, okay, use Namecheap, register here, put it behind Cloudflare, do all of this. And then all like the locations where it's hosted are indicators of this specific kit because everyone buys it and they follow the book. And that's what we need to fingerprint. So we can also match the sites that use our brand keywords, like Tormi said. They're figuring out what we use to make it seem as legitimate as possible. They're taking the language that we use because most companies have their design documents and branding guides on their website.
Yeah, and some companies are even good enough that they offer their own branding sites you can get the images from.
Yeah.
I'm not talking which companies.
And
yeah, and IOKs are also open sourced. If you search for them, you'll find quite a lot of fingerprinting already done in the online.
yeah. And then we have canary accounts, as that person over there said. That is exactly correct. We create an account that we want them to get the credentials for. We let them phish us, and we watch what happens. We analyze everything that they use, web routes, we monitor all their redirects, we note any infrastructure that they use, and we fingerprint exactly what happens when they get these credentials, and we just follow the chain.
Yeah. So, but what are like other companies doing in the wild? Like, is there anything else done? Like, for example, because we operate also in Australia, we know they have quite a big anti-phishing campaign going on right now, and they're pushing passwordless use heavily. If you can go passwordless, go. Thank yourself. UK takes another direction. UK forces companies to reimburse all of the victims.
That hurts.
So that makes literally every customer who fell for a phishing your problem. It's not their problem anymore. Now it's our problem. Okay, so but what is like US doing? You know more?
Yeah, I do. Nothing. Freedom, baby. Yeah. You know, they tell you don't click on stuff. Kind of. I mean, we still use fax machines.
But you can buy a gun. No. Okay, so that was it, right? But that stupid guy is back.
He won't leave us alone.
Okay, we've seen him enough. Surely we trust him, right? Okay, why not use your bank card as your 2FA? Have you thought about this? Do you think it's possible? Can you make your bank card function as a 2FA token? Answer is yes, you can buy one. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, like he's that persistent. He must be a true guy, right? Okay, obviously, like let's scan the QR code in a security conference. What can happen?
This isn't the first time it's been asked today, so.
So who got rickrolled right now? Okay, so anyway, we're hiring. If you're looking for a job, talk to us. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Really? Estonian Elon Musk? Hashtag not a cult. I mean, it's a brave thing to compare your boss to Elon Musk. If I would have a boss, I would maybe have a second thought, but there's a reason I don't have one. I make comparisons like this, but then again, I don't do security, so they don't really need me. Anybody wants to? And as a huge Lord of the Rings fan, what you did there, I'm gonna remember that. I support Nicolas Cage, but there is a bloody line. You do not cross it. I mean, it's not Star Wars or anything. Sorry, I'm digressing here. So, any suggestions? I know everybody is the damn UK. You have to pay back the customer.
Yeah.
As a lawyer, I kind of get that it's a bad law, but as a customer, maybe not. Any questions? Any recent fishing expeditions?
Do you want to drink?
Yeah, that's an honest question as well. Want to go change your footwear? Yeah. And, while you're there in a comfy slippers, wink, wink, wink. Yeah. Free to. All right. If not, then happy fishing, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It amazes me. I'm here second year, and like for the second year, Vice comes up with a story which I usually would read from Stephen King or somebody, and they're still in business. Amazing. No, I mean, with this kind of a security team, I'm no wonder, but it's like, wow, what's next? It's like, have you heard about those things called transformers? We caught one yesterday. We want to show you. It looks like a vacuum cleaner, but there goes $4,000. I know, it's the digital economy, all I'm saying, We started with phone calls, now my grandmother has Skype, whatever. So this is it with the presentations. Before we're going to let you go, it seems to me that the organizers want to do something because they have a huge box. I'm scared to think what or who is in it. So just let's get them on stage. We have some deep fake voices.
Actually, Sas,
Yeah.
you're still here, right?
Okay.
So-
Contracts.
Come on.
Well,
Hey.
Jesus.
You have been trying to get the Estonian people to wake up and react. So this is a effort that you will never succeed at it. We know, but
As a
still,
half Russian, I'm
thank
not even
you.
trying.
Thank you for hosting
Thank you very
again.
much.
Great job.
Calories, yes. Yes.
And actually, what will happen now is that the official part is over. We're going to start moving to the after party section at erinevate tubade klubi. That's like 200 meters this way. Sais will be there. We will be there. You will be there, I hope. There will be some program, some entertainment, snacks, drinks. Jeopardy. Yeah, Hacker Jeopardy. There are a couple of ending remarks and message about this box here that I want to say. So our friends at Bsides Brewery yesterday brewed this very special Bsides brew. I just tasted it. It was like really fresh, really good beer. You never had